Hi, wonderful people. Welcome back to my channel. So I just like to get straight to the point. Today, I wanted to discuss student loans and how I was able to get rid of my undergrad student loan within 2 years. So I went to Boston College. As many of you may know or may not know, you can Google it. It is very expensive. But I was able to graduate with a little over $20,000 of student loan that I've been able to pretty much eliminate completely. So I wanted to discuss that in this video. But first, before I even get into payments after graduation, I wanted to focus more on those who are in high school, those who have kids or grandkids that are in high school, because that really helped, or it would have helped me more if I was more proactive to accumulate less loan or to pay less for school, because I know there were a lot of people that I knew that had scholarships from high school, and so they didn't really have to pay for school. They only had maybe a little. Some people graduated with $15,000 in student loans. So the first part of this video, I'm just going to discuss, from high school, what we can start doing from high school till we get to college, and then after graduating college, what are the next steps. So it'll be like a two-part video. Perfect. Let's get to it, okay? So first and foremost, if you're in high school and you're watching this, if you have children that are in high school, or if you have grandkids that are in high school, it is important to start applying for scholarships at least by your junior year of high school. Don't wait till last minute in your senior year. It is extremely important to start applying for scholarships as soon as possible. The reason being is because you have more time to write more essays if needed. You have more time to search for scholarships, and also you have more time to win and accumulate more money before you even start school. So it's essential, or I think it's very important, to start with a great foundation. Once you are in your junior year to your senior year of high school, begin to apply for scholarships. If you are in programs, like you are in your athletic, sometimes some schools will offer scholarships like that if you're very good at, whatever sport you play or whatever other activities you do in school. So there's scholarships websites like scholarship.com I used, fastweb.com I used, no essay scholarships because I don't like writing essays. So I looked for a lot of no essay scholarships. And I was able to win one where it was just it was almost like, don't mind the background noise if you hear it. All right. So it was almost, I think, like a sweepstake that I won. I just had to write like a brief paragraph about an important moment in my life. And so I was able to win like $1,000, which helped me a lot because that was able to get me a lot of the things that I needed for my freshman year of college. So whatever you can get, do it. Even if you just apply to one scholarship a day or one scholarship a week. If you're starting from your junior year, by the time you reach your senior year, you would have applied to a whole bunch. And most likely you would win at least 2 to 3 scholarships. They have $5,000 scholarships, 1,000, 10,000. So imagine just applying to one of those a week. You increase your chances of getting a scholarship, okay? At the same time, do not limit yourself to, or limit the school that you want to apply to because of finances. Because sometimes we can really want to go to a great school and we get into that great school, but we look at how expensive it is, and so we're willing to forfeit it because of finances. This is why it's good to start off early. But don't limit yourself because of how expensive a school is. I was willing to go to a state school that was much cheaper than Boston College because of how expensive Boston College was. But for some reason, God knows how he does things. I applied, I sent in all my applications to all my schools at the same exact time, but I never got my financial award for that school. I don't even think they ever got back to me in terms of whether I got into it or not. So yes, so that's pretty much to just say, don't limit yourself to how expensive a school is, okay? So, just pray about it. Whatever school you want to, pray about it. Make sure you're being led by God. So step number 3. Now, this is once you start college. So you've transitioned from high school and now we're in college. You want to be very proactive. If you want to live a life of debt-free or being debt-free or financial freedom, you have to be proactive. Okay? You have to be proactive in how you spend your money, how you save your money, and where you put your money. So, first year of college, I had paid out of pocket my first semester, $10,000 out of pocket. So despite the scholarships and the financial aid that I had at that moment, it was still very expensive. So my mom had to pay about $10,000 out of pocket I believe my first year of college. So that was not going to be something that she was going to be able to afford every year for 4 years. So that was too expensive. So what I started to do was I started to go around campus. I went to the financial aid office. I spoke to my financial aid advisor. I explained to her the circumstance and the fact that I cannot afford this school, but I really want to stay in this school, and I really believe that this is the perfect school for me. And so we spoke at length. I had to go to her several times, but eventually she added to my subsidized loans. She did some things, added money here, subtracted money there, something that she did that reduced the amount that I had to pay out of pocket significantly. Okay, so there's so many places on campus that are willing to help, but you have to look for it. And this is especially if you are a minority, you're Black, Asian, Spanish, and you go to a predominantly white school. They have money. If you're going to an expensive school, know that this school has money to give. The problem is that most people don't go looking for it, okay? And so there's different things on campuses that are willing, if you go and you pretty much make your case known to them, they're willing to give you grants. They're willing to give you money. And so for me, there was another office that was it was called the Ahana office at Boston College, and they're mainly an office for minorities. So I went there, I spoke to them, I explained them my situation, they gave me advice, and they gave me money. So I was able to add that to the amount that I had already received from the school. I was able to add that. So that caused my out-of-pocket amount to also decrease to the point that I really wasn't even paying much out of pocket, maybe a couple of $100s, but I wasn't paying, mind you, going from 10,000 to a couple of $100. So that's significant amount that was decreased just by going around campus, looking for scholarships, looking for offices that are willing to give me money. They have money. You just need to look for it. Don't sit down and expect the money to fly to you. Don't sit down and expect just because you are who you are that people are just going to fund you. No, if you are proactive and you go and you look for it, trust and believe you will find it and you will get money, okay? So seek help. Seek help. Go around. Ask people, the seniors who have been there. Go to different offices. Ask them. Be humble, but be willing to kind of, learn. Then step number 4, once you are in college, that I can advise is, if you are able, or if you have family that is willing to help, start to pay off your loans, even if it's just $100 a month, because during that time you're not accumulating any interest. I wish I had done that. I think that would have helped me significantly once I was done with school. Oftentimes they say, no, don't start paying immediately, because then it will look like you have money, so maybe you won't be able to get, that was the advice that I got, that you won't be able to get as much money in the subsequent years. But if you're able to pay, or if you have family members, if you work on campus, which is what I was doing, I was working on campus. So if you work on campus, you're getting paid $200, $300 a week or every other week. You can, even if you don't want to pay the loan directly, you can put that in a savings that is specifically just for student loan. So even if you're putting $100 every month, you're in school for 4 years. So that amount that you're putting there, by the time you are done, you can just pay the bulk that you have saved up and just put it towards your student loans. So even if you don't want to be paying the loan directly every month, create a savings account whereby you are putting at least $100 a month. So that would require you to at least get a job on campus. If not, if you have your parents who are gracious enough to give you money while you're on campus, use some of that money and put it towards a saving. This is going to be beneficial to you when you graduate. One thing that I realized, that a lot of my friends who were getting refunds during school because of the overpay, because of, I don't know how their financial thing worked, but they were getting refunds. I realized that some people were using these refunds lavishly and just spending anyhow. But if you are even getting refunds back, you're getting money back because of an overpay, save that money. So that way when you graduate, you pay a bulk of your student loan off. So you're not worried, okay? So that is my advice for those who are in high school, going into college, and your first year of college. All right, so I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to do a part 2 as to what happens after you've graduated from college. What are the next steps to get rid of your student loan? So I hope this advice helped. Stay tuned for the second video, okay? All right, have a great day. Bye.